Hazel, get out of my shot. Hazel.
But
So this is a new show. I think it's gonna be my show.
Well, okay, here's the situation, is that Dani wanted, Hazel, it's not happening. So Dani wanted to start a podcast. I think you would be great at a podcast. People have told you that. And I was like, but listen, we don't want to get into another medium, start something, not follow through with it. And so I said, hey, you got this YouTube channel.
You got this YouTube channel thing, like
So
you should
be
YouTube
making
videos.
you should be making podcasts on your YouTube channel.
Yeah.
I'm a genius. Get over it.
Structure and Dani sometimes
They don't go hand in hand.
they don't play well together. So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna cue you up and you can talk about your thoughts. And I think these are the thoughts that people want to hear about.
Okay.
So last week we went to Chicago.
I love Chicago.
See, this is what I mean.
I love it. It is an amazing city. Even the people we met were incredible. The weather was amazing. I said, I want to move here. And then everybody's like, no, you don't, because the winters get so cold. But oh my gosh, like every single day I'd wake up, I'd go for a run along Long Beach?
Lakeshore.
Lakeshore Drive.
Yes, Lakeshore.
And I
Long
would,
Beach.
Long Beach, I don't know. I was like, I don't even know where I am, honestly, like on a map right now, but I loved it. We did the architecture tour. We did Second City, where Jordan got called up on stage.
Oh my gosh. We showed up to Second City. Second City is like a famous comedy club. You know, like Bill Murray went through there, Stephen Colbert, Steve Carell. So like really high class talent. You know, when you go to, are you bored?
I'm sorry, I just had a yawn.
So Dani's on her phone, she's DMing people back and forth, her phone's kind of blowing up, and I like keep reaching over and I'm like, Dani, no, like don't be on your phone. They're gonna pull you up on stage and they're gonna make fun of you. And Dani is like, she's so inspiring, but like on this, like it takes her a while to like process her thoughts. And I was like, they will slaughter you up on this stage. And like they'll be like
if they mess with me, like I'll cry.
Yeah, you would like take like 5 seconds to respond, and it would just be bad. And so I'm trying to protect Dani. Then they pull me on stage. They take me backstage, and I'm like, hey, like it's so not my personality.
They can smell
like,
the fear.
I can't help it. I can smell your fear.
I was like, hey, I really don't want to be pulled on stage if you're gonna embarrass me. And they were like, no, we're gonna set you up for success. And they
it really
like,
wasn't that bad.
Well, cause I hung with them.
I'm the cool dad. That's my thing. I'm hip. I surf the web. I text.
You really did. Like you hung with him. You messed with him,
Yeah.
and you kind of just you hung in there.
You're gonna come with me now. Who are you here with?
My family.
Your family. All right, pick your favorite one.
Hello, fellow audience members. My name is Jordan Ramirez, and I'm currently being held hostage by the cast of The Second City.
We're in Chicago, right? And Dani's first time in Chicago, and literally this is how Dani decides to do things. The day, like we're on the plane essentially ready, and she's like, I think I'm gonna create something called Dani's Little Lies to like Taylor Swift people into how I want to tell them about this huge emotional thing I've been going through called Dani's Little Lies. And I was like,
You're like, that doesn't sound like a good idea.
I
And I'm
was
like,
like,
no, it's great.
you know, like you decided it on a whim. I feel like Taylor Swift spends months planning her clues out, like has all the pictures ready, and she knows like exactly what's
But
going
I'm not Taylor Swift.
So Dani was like, I'm gonna release some clues, and so she did like a sign language clue. What was the first clue you did?
The first clue I did was I spelt out Kim in sign language, which I learned sign language after the tax test in 3rd grade because my 3rd grade teacher had a sign up on the wall, and I still remember the whole alphabet.
I know, you're trilingual, you know that, right? If you're totally new, Dani wears wigs now.
She's wearing wigs! It's a wig! You like wigs now too. Well, so I started losing a lot of hair in 2019. I mean, it's kind of been like years of hair loss, but it got really bad in 2019. So it's like a very emotional thing. You know, everything is okay, and we're trying to get to the bottom of it. It's not funny, but it's like kind of funny now because I feel like I've accepted it.
Can I just say, like, just so people know we're not being insensitive about it, it's been a very emotional journey. So we're finally to the point where we're like past the tipping point of crying to like,
yeah,
this is okay, like we're gonna, like you're gonna own it.
And if you want, we'll link the video for y'all down below. Like right now, I'm like, Jordan encouraged me to start looking into wigs. I have 2 now. first one's name is Kim, the other one's name is Stephanie. Oh, this is Steph for short. At first, I was really upset about it and like crying all the time.
Well, you were like wanted to kind of quit. You were like, I don't think I can do this.
I don't think I would have actually quit. I'm not a quitter. This girl ain't no quitter. But anyway, so instead I was like, let's make it fun. The amount of people that are struggling with the same thing was shocking to me.
Yeah.
Because you know what's really interesting? Like when I started to lose my hair, I started to notice how many people had great hair.
At last.
Like everywhere I look, I seriously just see hair. And I'm like, she has great hair. She has great hair. She has an awesome ponytail. She has amazing hair. And you're like,
that was
why?
what was really hard on you at the first, like the biggest part of your story that kind of connected dots of like why it was so, because like when you told me all this and you were like, I'm taking my hair extensions out, like all this is gonna happen, I was like, okay, like that's okay. You know, it wasn't extremely different for me, but I think, you know, you said that you had always struggled with like this idea of femininity.
Yeah.
You know, you had always struggled with hair, and so like I feel like as this process went through, you started seeing more like perfect hair.
Also, growing up, I was a huge tomboy. Like I remember being in middle school, like all the boys would, first of all, I could run faster than half of them, but they would still like make fun of me and like call me like sidewalk or like flat chest, and all these girls were starting to like develop a chest. So yeah, like I always felt like I had a figure like a boy. So anyway, yeah, I feel like hair was one of the things that just made me feel more feminine, wearing my hair down, and extensions was like a big thing for me.
But, you know, now you have Kim and you have Stephanie and you announced it, and it's like, what I've thought has been really special about the whole situation is that I remember how hard it was going to be for you to talk about that. I guess our lives are so public on the internet, but like your appearance is so, that's what people like look at on a daily basis. Like you literally post one picture of yourself per day, and so, but your hair's great now. And back to what I was trying to say, like it's been really cool. Like my mom called me today. She said she's proud of you.
Oh, thank you.
Are we going to be able to expect more wig content from you in the future?
Oh, absolutely.
I wanted to create this series because I feel like it's like a cool behind the scenes. Like Dani's always really good at being transparent online, but every week there's like a couple core things that happen that I think, you know, we always talk about in the car and like we have some insight on.
Because I think most of our long form content is pretty produced. Like it's edited and...
Yeah, and I can leave if you guys don't want me here, but the reason I said that is because of that one girl's comment.
Oh my
that's
gosh.
Still getting to me.
So mean.
I know. I don't even like, I hate it.
It's so like not true, but it's fine because I think that...
Oh,
look,
she said... So she accused Dani of having an eating disorder, and I stood up for Dani, and I said, wow, this is so informative, like, thank you so much for telling me, but just so you know, like, I've been with her for 4 years, and, like, the doctors never said those words before.
You probably shouldn't have been, like, so sassy.
I know, I was sassy, but I was trying to be defensive, and then she came after me, and I just couldn't take it.
And you broke.
O'Doyle rules.
I said, LOL. I said, LOL, you're right. I'm gonna call the doctor tomorrow. Thanks for all your help. And I was like being snarky, and then...
I don't think that you should be snarky back. Because I understand like how those comments really get to you, especially when they're so false. You honestly have to develop this attitude that's like, I can't say it, but just like, I don't give a...
Come at me, bro! Come on!
Like, I cannot handle these really vicious things being thrown at me all the time. So like, and the people that hate do it every day. Like every single day they're like sending the meanest things. Not only that, but they're also stirring the pot within your community because then they're commenting things that aren't even true and getting other people like, oh my gosh, like I can't believe that Dani has an eating disorder. And I'm like, I don't.
But anyway, you know, what's our final verdict on how we deal with haters? Is it situation by situation, or?
Middle fingers up, put 'em hands high.
I do think it's gonna be like by situation, but don't mess with me, I'll delete you, block you.
Okay, we don't really have an outro or an ending to this, but in synopsis, Dani loves Chicago. Dani still endorses Dani's Little Lies. Dani wear wig. Jordan, not sensitive, don't care about anything that you guys have to say.
Haters gonna hate.
Unless it's positive, and then come like my sub comments and stuff like that. I read them, I know who you are. And this might be like a weekly regular thing.
if y'all like it.
Peace out.
Girl Scout.